guys, your old pal Brian. It's the 23rd again, and I'm out at my local flying club with Ralph. And tonight's our club meeting, I forgot. And the day just turned out beautiful. You know, it went from this morning where it's just overcast but dead calm to sunny. A front came through, and it's so weird because, like in Florida, what ends up happening is all hell breaks loose after a front comes through. So the wind is blowing laterally across the field. I need to ask them about that windsock. Maybe next year.
Throttle active.
Taking off!
Volts.
So let's see how this works. The other morning, I went, wasn't LVC that, by the way, crunch that I crashed. It was, wish my mind was quick enough. It was no freaking idea how to fly. And in the wind.
15.7 volts.
So what had happened was I was nervous about getting it down and ended up just flying short. Yeah, I don't have any problem with my shortfalls at all. No. In fact, I was telling somebody the other day, I wager that 99.9% of my crashes are
15.7 volts.
me. But I think what happened the other morning was the batteries are cold. These are my new China Hobby Line batteries, and at first I thought perhaps I'd messed around and, you know, discharged them instead of charging them. I've done that many a time and ended up coming out here with a storage battery. I know somebody else who does that.
15.7 volts.
A San Diego Ute fan. Speaking of which, he sends me a note. He'll never hear this or see this. He sends me a note the other day and says, today, and says, I don't know where I'm going to fly that thing. I don't travel like you. And I go, man, there's, particularly where he lives, there's beautiful places within 30 minutes of your house.
4 minutes.
Now what might hurt you is the no-fly zones, you know.
15.4 volts.
You may be beset with no-fly zones, but man, holy crap. Just those beaches in Southern California, you know, you go find places. And that's another thing. I understand why photography in and of itself is so popular. And, well, you can see your plane out here in the evening.
14.9 volts.
What ends up happening is you start to develop an eye for photography. You start to understand context, and you start seeing things differently. And I think that's why photographers become snobs. Because they end up seeing the world in a different way. Does that make sense? What else? Crunch, man, I'm glad you're having a lovely time over there. I do not do well without sleep. I think I might have even discussed that here. I do not do well at all without sleep. I become ill if I don't get enough sleep. And what's interesting about that is, Tim B,
14.8 volts.
is above all, because we're all wired different, you know, you're probably one of them people that can just run around without sleep forever. I've met them. My son's best friend growing up he still operates on 4 hours sleep. No, I got to get 8 somehow, and I'd like
2
more.
minutes.
Okay, so the China Hobby Line battery didn't poop the bed.
14.8 volts.
I either
Low battery.
storage charged it, or it was
Low
cold,
battery.
because I got like a minute and a half out of it the other day. How lovely. I'm glad I come out here. I'm glad that, I'm sure Ralph feels the same way. We wouldn't come out here if it wasn't for each other, you know. I get flown out.
14.9 volts.
Timby. Stupid plane. Crashed it in the tall grass, and where I crashed it hundreds of times before. Okay,
Low battery.
a dozen times before. It had had a little notch out of one of the tail feathers on the
1 minute.
horizontal stabilizer, and in doing so,
14.8 volts.
another piece of grass grabbed it, landing, and beautiful. Clear. It had opened up that little cut, if you will,
Seconds. Throttle hold.
and I just put a little bit of
14.9 volts.
fun was that. We're going to do that again. I put on a little bit of glue. Of course, you know what kind of glue. Yeah, the only kind. Who else? Shout outs to, of course, ooh. He and I have been BSing back and forth. Scott in the tube deep.
Telemetry recovered.
Ralph's got the Taylor Craft with the ice engine on it. I tried to video him, but I figured out what you do when you're elderly is you just fly it like wide open. And, you know, there ain't no slowing down. You just make sure that you got gas and altitude, which is life insurance, and you just fly that joker. So it makes it exceedingly difficult for me to track them. But I got a little bit of aerial video the other day. Taking off!
Throttle active. 16.7 volts.
Yeah, I just glued the thing back. It was just, I mean, a little nick in the tail, but it's one of them things I've been meaning to do. Totally off topic.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 15.8 volts.
I've decided that, I hadn't reset my timer, that if I had an earwig song that I would have a difficult time getting tired of, and it's only, what, you know, 3 bars, it would be Bittersweet Symphony. You know, I think I hear that song about a half a dozen times a week with great ease.
15.4 volts.
So Ralph will be in the sky here in a minute. Luckily, he flies about 5 miles higher than I do and about 3 times as fast. So there is almost zero danger of him and I getting in each other's way.
15.8 volts.
Timber! I want Timby to stay out of them trees. But yeah, if I had an earwig song that I would not mind just sticking, and I have songs, different songs stick in my head all the time, it's going to have to be Bittersweet Symphony. See if we can see which way Ralphie boy is going. Oh, he's going that way. Well, at least he'll do that on the ground, because the wind's coming from my left. Almost due north.
volts.
I got some kind of weird thing going on with my ESC. Landing! I think Ralph's waiting for me to land, so he can get his self up there.
volts.
It's going to be time for somebody else to mow.
Throttle home. Throttle home. 15.5 volts.
The Taylor craft just leaps into the air, you know. It's just ate up with power. It has got gravitas, doesn't it? Yeah, I knew I should have charged them other batteries up before I got here, but I hooked up my charger to the truck. So let's see how that works. Alright, we're going to stay out of Ralph's way and let him knock out his flight. Yeah, we need a new windsock. As much as the AMA annoys me, and oh my God, they annoy me, I've taken a softer approach. I think somebody whispered in their ear and said, hey, listen, the feds are going to do what they want to do. You need to fold. And I swear to you, that's probably what they did. I used to be mad that they didn't stand up for us, and I'm still a little disappointed in them, but, you know, maybe, here's my wife's hair. She's got long, beautiful silver hair. When I met her, she was a blonde 41 years ago. 41 years. She turned 68 yesterday, and I am wildly in love with her. So let's go watch Ralph. Man, I'd like to fly my... By the time I get my drone up, he's probably done. Alright, coming up behind you. Sure is easier to see them in the evening, isn't it? What a beautiful plane.
Getting a little tattered.
Just like all of us, right?
Yeah.
I actually want to get old and tattered, though.
They talk about old gas. That's 2 years old, that gas guy.
So what do you think?
You use a little stable in it, and I don't think it hurts a bit.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of stable. You know, my preference is to not let fuel get old, but, you know, you can't help it.
I think I did put a half a gallon in last summer.
That's good.
6.6 of a gallon to one little bottle of Husqvarna chainsaw.
Man, your eyesight is way better than mine. My right eye is trashed. I gotta get that fixed when I get home. I'm back. What do you say we fly a little more, shall we? And by we, I mean, you know, you and me. These SQ12 cameras are amazing. I hope and pray that I can lay hands on these again, because they're the smallest of their type. We have Toby, we have Mike,
Throttle
we have
active.
Ralph. Taking off! Oh, I wonder. Yeah, I gotta be careful here. My my switch might be wrong. Well, it's so nice having your stuff backlit. The reason I get out early is because I'm one of them people, and I actually have a contemporary of mine that behaves similarly. All my energy is in the morning, and I can get a nap like I did today. I got an hour nap, and still not be 100% refreshed, you know. So by the time the evening rolls around, my acuity is down to about 75%. That's if I'm being generous. See if I can get the guys back in the background of the camera. I don't know if I can or not. This is such a rudimentary camera. You know, I wonder if I got all my batteries charged. I didn't check. Oh, I'm sure I did, now that I think about it. Yeah, me and Ralph are going to come out again tomorrow morning. So FedEx just took off. I just realized something. I do not have a USB-C. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Actually, now that I think about it. Wanted to top off my mini battery charge, well, without plugging into the truck. Toby, whenever you're ready, I'm just playing.
No, that's fine. I was thinking about waiting until after meeting. Yeah, meeting here. Feel Fred saying.
See ya.
This has been happening a lot lately. I mean, it's once or twice a year in California.
Telemetry lost. Telemetry recovered.
Yeah,
RSSI critical.
because everything shuts off for a few seconds and then comes back on and you would reset everything.
They're playing games. They want everybody to pay attention. My brother.
Yeah, and they're all smart meters. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing all these electrical hookups for these smart meters.
What? Fly one more time? That'll be 4 flights on this thing. I don't know how to behave. Hey, Ralph's getting his little drone out. Yep. He won't fly that thing again after about the 30th. All right, taking off. Taking off. If he gave that to one of his grandkids. Ralph has a great observation about grandchildren. They love you until they're about 12 or 13.
15.9 volts.
They still love you, but their universe has changed by the time they start to hit them teen years. It really has. My grandmother, she sent me $5 in the mail until I was, I don't know.
15.8 volts.
So kind. It's a neat lady. I loved my grandmother. I don't know if I ever talked about her much. It's my paternal grandmother, Dad's mother. And she was born in 1900 even. Her father came from Scotland. And they went out in the Midwest and he grew crops. He was a farmer, a gentleman farmer. He didn't get out there and get his hands dirty. He had enough money to have other people do that. Never drove. My grandmother drove him. Born in 1900 even. I have made observations about her before because she talked about, I asked her, I said, Grandma, how was the good old days? And she goes, what? What good old days? I go, well, you know, back in 1900, I mean, I'm talking like Walt Whitman and,
15.6 volts.
you know, just less complicated times. She goes, no, that's not how that was at all. Yeah, I've talked about this probably 3 dozen times throughout the years on this venue. She says, modern antibiotics were developed in 34 for soldiers, sulfa-based antibiotics. And they didn't make it to the farm until I was 36. So before then,
15.2
if you had a infection due to, let's say giving childbirth, or an abscessed tooth, or a bug bite that's not healing, you died. You simply died. So there was no good old days until about she was 36 years old. Yeah, lovely lady. She's the one that
15 volts.
taught me about what I've shared with you guys about 300 times, and that's the virtues of not discussing sex, religion, and politics and alienating people. Jesus Christ, I got a friend of mine out west. He don't even talk to his cousin anymore. I got a friend of mine in Virginia. He does not have a relationship with his own brother because
15 volts.
they can't keep their freaking mouths shut when it comes to politics. You're worrying about people that don't know your name and will never know your name and don't really care about you at all. All they care about is winning. And you're going to let that affect people's lives around you? I don't know. I don't know what. I just don't know.
14.9
I
volts.
talked about this before. A friend of mine, she used to live in Virginia. She lives down the road from me now. She and I were wondering, you know, in a very humble manner, you know, whether it was just us that kind of got everything, or was it, or you know, that there's just crazy people around. So a shining example of that is when COVID came, because
14.8 volts.
you didn't know it, but your friends, your loved ones, were armchair virologists. That is, they knew how viruses work. They knew that this whole COVID thing was somehow, yeah. And they're the same people that, you didn't know this, but they had degrees in foreign policy, like when the Ukraine and dealing with China and that sort of thing.
14.7 volts.
It's hilarious. Yeah, Chinophobia, by the way. In case you all haven't looked, go look up that stuff about DJI. It's over. It never made it past discussions because we're married to China forever. And if you didn't get that memo,
Low battery.
you need to get that memo. Yeah, you're married to
Low
China
battery.
forever. And you can keep your friends close and your enemies closer and deal with this monster.
14.7 volts.
And that's what it is, a giant economic monster. But it is hilarious to me that me and my friend goes, well, you know, maybe it's us, and we're just kind of not getting it. And no, we get it. It's 90% of the rest of the place. I know it sounds like hubris, like we're type of elitists, but I'm here to tell you, holy crap, there's some crazy people around me. Landing! Yeah, that was just beautiful. Thank you. Thank you very
14.9
much.
volts.
My poor landing gear are just toast. All right, boys and girls. Talk to you in a bit.
Throttle hold. Throttle hold.
Hey guys, your pal Brian. I remember when I first got into the hobby, I hope I got this video of Ralph's airplane. I didn't quite
Inactivity alarm.
get why they
Telemetry recovered.
had these chargers in such a way, these battery chargers, our battery chargers, you know what we use,
16.
that you could plug it into 12 volts. I'm like, man, I don't get that. And then in short order, I got it. They, you can charge at the field, hooking up your battery. Yeah, I just got through watching Ralph's Taylor craft, and oh, that was fun. Hang it out!
Active. Throttle active. 16.7 volts.
Brian not caring which way the wind blows. Ralph's got good eyes, man. He flies like at 100, 125 feet. Now these are the good batteries, if you'll pardon the expression, compared to the China Hobby Line batteries I got from my local hobby shop.
15.9 volts.
And I just charged them up. They're definitely better. You almost get 6 minutes out of the China Hobby Line ones, but these guys here, you're going to get a full flight out of them. Yeah, you can see your airplane a whole lot better this time of day, rather than that sun up there. Yeah, George, at my flying club, howdy ho, George, by the way, if you're listening.
16 volts.
Yeah, you see how that is? I've already flown, I don't know, close to a minute, 45 seconds or whatever, and I'm still at 16 volts. Yeah, my club is the same way. The sun comes up in the east and faces east and just sucks. So I get out there at literally
15.5 volts.
civil twilight so I can freaking fly. Not just because of the sun, but because of the sheer, unadulterated, absolutely awful heat. It's even hot now here, and it's probably, what, 73? Would be neat if we were to get rid of them trees. It also gave me some relief from what I experienced the other day, which is that tremendous wind buffeting.
15.4 volts.
Timby. Stupid thing. Who else? McMoyer. I think I gave you a shout out this morning. People that watch my videos, of course, are rowdies. My goodness. It warms my heart to know y'all are out there. Just talking with my wife. If you get bored and you've got this far along in my video,
15.5 volts.
I didn't think I'd love wholesome as much. You know, I always loved base, B-A-S-E, and human behavior, you know, cursing and, you know, titillating stuff. No, it's easy to be, I think of comedians, what do they call it, working blue? You know, Johnny Carson used to have people on and they didn't work blue. You know, they were wholesome, relatively speaking.
0.1 volts.
And to make somebody laugh and not be gross and base, and you know, that's a job. So I've retuned my life toward that. And with that said, my wife and I have been enjoying these probably Mormons, the Outdoor Boys. So look up the Outdoor Boys on YouTube, and it's a father and his 3 sons and his wife, and
15.2 volts.
they do some amazing bushcrafting, camping, hunting, fishing, all over, to include Alaska. Well, a lot of it's in Alaska. He come from Alaska. I just love it. I mean, I don't know what to say, and my wife does too. It's just amazing, you know. Another example of pretty clean, good stuff is MUSTIE 1.
14.9 volts.
If you like to watch people turn wrenches, or you have turned wrenches in your life, or you just want to see how the other universe works, Musty 1. I just think it's so amazing that we have the ability now to peel back the veil of other people's lives, and they're interesting. Absolutely interesting. Every now and then you'll hear Musty 1 utter a curse word, but it's a rare occasion.
14.7 volts.
You know, I always say it's easy to cuss like a sailor. I was the king of cussing. What'd my work wife tell me? You're the best cusser I know. They're cops. All we do is cuss. Some type of science behind it, they tell me.
.7 volts.
This thing should be yelling at me pretty soon. Yeah.
Low battery.
So when you're not watching my dumb stuff, which I highly encourage people not to do, take time out of your life to worry with me. I'm just a goof.
14.7 volts.
But man, there's some really good programming out there. Landing. I mean, amazing programming.
Throttle pulling. 15.1 volts.
See ya. Hey guys, old pal Brian. I'm gonna stand near you, Toby. Wasn't that you that sent me the link for the property the other day?
Yes.
Thank you. It was kind of you.
That was just for an example, because I see a lot of them in my travels.
Thank you very much.
Dave, I can't talk. I gotta pay attention.
Yes, you are normal. Me, I talk to keep from concentrating. You just concentrate. So don't talk and fly. Up. Just want to get some video of you.
Get out over those trees. I hate those trees.
I never had a problem with them. That thing is sweet. Sweet. Isn't that your custom colors? Lovely.
I bought it that way.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, they get different colors.
Oh, cool.
But this is 3-4 years old.
Yeah. Oh, don't talk to me. Fly.
The bugs, where'd they come from?
Oh, Jesus.
They weren't here last night. 3 minutes.
Did you fly great, by the way? Just fine.
There's a plane coming in. I gotta come down in.
You ain't nowhere near it, by the way. You are at best 120 foot, just so you know. We don't get up to 400. Oh,
Ooh, baby.
you ever seen? Ooh.
Eve boy.
We'll take it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to bring the tail down. I want you to just leave it where it's at,
Okay.
and just let your prop spin a little bit, because I like to get some glamour shots.
Should have gunned her. Got another.
Well, that makes me nervous.
All right.
You'll never use
Yeah, they're nowhere near you. Just can you turn your prop on just a little bit?
Oh, you want it on?
Yeah. Just a little. Okay, don't run me over.
a lot of adjustment. It might be the old gas.
Yeah, I hear it, but as long as it don't shut down, you're good to go.
It's a pretty good turn.
Yep, that thing likes being run. Pooting and all.
I was trying to rudder turn there.
Yeah, I see you doing a coordinated turn. I fly helicopters, so, well, I don't fly them hardly anymore, but we have to do coordinated turns.
Yeah.
So
I think your drone you have to do, don't you?
yes. So,
That's going to be hard for me.
well, you'll get used to it because you have nothing but time. That thing's stabilized. It'll be a Cadillac compared to what you're flying now. So your biggest concern is hitting stuff when you come home.
Yeah.
And that's if you're flying at your house. Out here, you really don't have to worry about it so much. But I predict a very, very smooth transition into understanding how it works, no problem.
I played around this morning. One battery. Takes a long time to charge it. You only got about 5 minutes.
Well, that thing's sounding better now, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to have any problem with that drone. We'll set you up and get you going good, and I understand your hand-eye coordination and all that, and you're going to do, you'll do just fine.
I'm trying to stay below 400 feet.
No, you've never been anywhere near 400 feet.
Well, that's what they tell me. They tell me 400 feet's a long way up there.
Yeah, you're at 125 right now. I used to fly gliders a lot,
Yeah.
and you're now at about 100, 100 and some change. Yeah, no, you're about 80.
Well, I'm not up in my state high. high yet.
Yeah, you're not anywhere near our limit. 400 feet's quite the distance.
Yeah, that's the length of this field.
Yep.
This field is 100, the 400 and 425. I think
Yeah, you're hovering right around 100 feet, flying. I don't get up that high. My eyes are not so good.
I got new lenses and new cataracts replacement.
Yeah, I think.
I do have glaucoma, but he put shunts in there. They're little tubes that go right around the color of your eye.
I'm familiar with them.
They're supposed to drain it out.
Yep.
And he told me when he talked me into doing it, he says, you won't never need drops. Well, all of a sudden, when I go back to see him, you've been taking your drops? Well, they itch. They cause my eyes to dry out during the night. That's when you're supposed to take them.
Well, there's other drops you can take though that will do the job without causing you any itching.
I'm really enjoying myself right now.
So am I. Fly, fly, and fly some more. Fly until you get tired. I'm not around ice engines much, so it makes me happy to be around them. We have a couple of old guys out at the club that still fly ice, and we actually have one younger guy that's all he flies.
Yeah. Well, I had to go electric because that's the thing today.
Well, not just that. I mean, electric's amazing. It really is. I mean, I love it. I've never had and will never fly an ice engine, most likely. But the convenience, you know, it ain't ever, well, I'm lucky because I can fly a lot.
Yes, you do. You fly twice as much as a normal person.
But with that said, a normal human being doesn't get to get out that much.
No.
And if you have to go through a lot of stuff to go fly, you're not going to go fly. So let's be honest, electric ain't cool, but holy crap, it's easy.
Yeah, you ain't got to worry about gas. You don't have to worry about your, just one battery is all you got to worry about.
That's it.
And
And they're dummy proof. I got one of the old men out there, all he does is fiddle with his damn engine because it never works.
well, I want to tell you something. Be fiddling too much because once you get them set, you leave your fingers off them. I don't care if it's a hot day or cold day.
Yeah.
Every time you touch that, you wear the needle out.
I think that's great advice.
You wear the needle out, you wear the seal out, the little O-ring.
Yeah, the O-ring is what I'd be concerned with. It's very perishable, right? Yeah, what a great airplane.
What a frickin' night, huh?
Yeah, I was all happy because I was sending you messages like, hey, you want to go? You want to go? And I forgot it's a club meeting. Totally forgot. Did they announce it on...
It was supposed to have been last week and it got rained out. And he said he'd do it this week. And nothing else has been...
Yeah, I never...
Lack of communication, terrible.
Now I'm recording, so be a gentleman. No, I'm just saying. I'm with you.
I realize everybody...
Here, maybe you'll like what I'm fixing to tell you. It fascinates me that we have more measures to keep in touch with each other, and I swear we keep in less touch with each other.
Yeah.
My wife, if she calls, the first words out of my mouth to her are, "What's wrong?" And she'll go, "Brian, stop." And I go, "Honey, you know that the only time you call me is if something's wrong." My son's the same way. He don't use the phone. I am not that way. I will flat out. I think Lewis and Clark would have gave their collective left nuts to have our telephones for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And my mother-in-law never used her phone, you know, which is not completely true. Are we coming in? All righty. Let's see if I can get this on.
Make sure I'm over the field.
I'll let you know. You're good. You're good. You're good. And you're good. And you're good. You're golden. Perfect. Flare. Oh, Ralph, that's just lovely. Let's not go all the way to the end. Ralph, that's lovely.
The idler. 2 notches too much.
All right. Now I'm going to walk up to it. Don't run me over. I want to get some cool video of it while it's on the ground. So bring it in if you want. Leave it running. I don't know if you can shut it off there or not.
No, I can kill it.
Leave it running.